What's going on, barbarians? Welcome to another video, and this time we're gonna talk about every football strategy. Yes, I told you I'm getting higher knowledge about this game, and I want to learn about this game with a deeper sense of knowledge so I can understand what's going on when I'm watching. So before we actually get to that, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button, man, so I can keep track with me as I try to, keep up with 100 years of football. And I'm getting deeper and deeper, and I'm getting better. And this, some of y'all was talking about my improvement of how I talk about this sport now. I like that. Y'all talking about like, hey, you're getting better at this. And I know I'm building some friendships. Some of y'all inbox me, some of y'all hit me on Instagram with like anything you need to know, any video recommendations, just let me know. I'll send you a link, whatever. So y'all been real friendly and welcome me into this sport. And like I always say in the comments, you leave me a valuable comment, I'm a penny, and hopefully, people follow you and subscribe to you, and everybody mingle amongst each other. I love what I'm doing with this. We almost 30 days in with this. I love what's going on. I love what I'm seeing from this game. So let's get right into it. We are going to look at the strategies. And this video is brought to you by Football Explained.
Zonal marking versus man marking. When defending, especially at set pieces, teams choose between zonal marking and man marking. In man marking, each defender is responsible for a specific opponent, following them tightly and trying to stop them receiving or heading the ball. In zonal marking, defenders protect areas instead.
I figured they do areas, so that's playing zone. So I got to do this in NFL standards for the other Americans that are watching this. So this is just somebody playing zone instead of man-to-man. So if you're new to watching my videos, when I pause and when I react to these videos, I have to correlate this to how I learn American sports, because this is all new to us. Yes, we have football, soccer, and y'all are gonna be mad at me in the comments. Yes, we have football in America, but it's not really marketed to us. Nobody watches the games here, really. Nobody really talk to. The people that kind of really only watch it here in America are the immigrants that come from other countries that live in America. So those are the ones that watch it. And we just saw like the TV ratings for the World Cup. They displayed it on the news, whatever, and they were saying basically after America got knocked out, that the people that were still watching were the actual soccer lovers, people from different countries. They were the ones that were still viewing it.
They stand in pre-planned positions and attack any ball that enters their zone, no matter which attacker is there. Man marking can be great against one or two main threats, but can be dragged around by clever movement. Zonal systems stay organized but rely on defenders being brave and attacking the ball. Most modern teams use a mix of both, zoning off key spaces while assigning.
So I got a question now, because they said zonal marking and man marking. So it's man to man. So like, do y'all actually... Okay, so when they be showing us the matchups, right? They'll show us two teams against each other, right? Like how they showed us, okay, they'll say France versus Spain, right? They'll show Mbappe and they'll show Lamine Yamal. Because they have man marking, are those one-on-one matchups that people want to see? Like, that's something like we want to see them go one-to-one, one-on-one. Do they clear it out? You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? Where it's like the striker is attacking, and then the only defender left, which is his man, which is the other superstar. That's what people want to see. People want to see that one-on-one matchup, and then see who scores off of that. Is that basically, when they say somebody's on the island, they say, yeah, man, Mbappe got Lamine Yamal on the island, and you want to see what happens there. Is that a thing? Let me know in the comments.
Certain players to track the most dangerous opponents. Direct football, often called long ball football, is about getting the ball forward quickly with as few passes as possible. Instead of building slowly from the back, defenders and the goalkeeper play longer passes into the striker or the space behind the defense. A strong center forward might be used as a target man, jumping for headers, holding the ball up and laying it off to onrushing midfielders. This style can look basic, but it's very useful in bad weather, on poor pitches, or when facing a
that makes sense that they would use that in bad weather, where you're kicking it long. So when you're kicking it long, bad weather, the people gotta try to catch up. They're gonna slip and fall, and it's a race. It's almost like In NFL terms, it's like a Hail Mary almost to a certain extent, or when they throwing more into the safeties or throwing it deep, and you got a better chance of scoring in the bad weather because of footing. So that makes
Strong
sense.
pressing team that you don't want to play through. The main goal is to turn every clearance and long pass into a potential attack, winning second balls and making the game chaotic and uncomfortable for the opposition. False 9. The false 9 tactic changes what we expect from a striker. Instead of staying high and waiting for crosses, the striker drops into midfield, becoming an extra playmaker between the lines. When they move away from the centre backs, those defenders have a difficult choice: follow them into midfield and leave space behind, or stay deep and let them turn and create. At the same time, wingers or attacking midfielders make runs into the gap the false 9 has left, so the
But don't with the false 9, don't that create a lot of offsides plays? That would have seemed like that creates a lot of offsides plays because it may seem easier. It may seem easier for them to go and attack, but it seemed like it created a lot of offsides plays because they can get behind the player. Correct? Or am I tripping? Don't it seem like the false 9 creates a lot of offsides plays?
team still has players attacking the penalty area. This tactic works best with a very intelligent technical forward who can receive the ball in tight spaces, link play, and then arrive in the box late to finish moves. Counterattacking football. Counterattacking football is the art of attacking at full speed the moment you win the ball back. Instead of trying to dominate possession, teams sit a bit deeper, stay organized, and wait for the opponent to make a mistake or lose the ball high up the pitch. As soon as they win it, they play forward quickly. One or two sharp passes into space, wingers sprinting down the sides, and the striker running in behind. The idea is to catch the other team before they can recover their defensive shape.
And that's what I was saying about when I did the video on the formations. That's what I was saying about certain formations where you have all these people that are attacking up front, but you leaving the back half open, and you leaving the back half open for plays like this.
Their fullbacks are high and their midfield is open. Counter-attacking teams don't need many chances. They just need a few moments where the opponent is stretched, and they turn those into fast, ruthless breaks. Mid-block. A mid-block is the most common, balanced defensive strategy in football. The team doesn't press all the way up the pitch, but it also doesn't sit on the edge of its own box. It defends roughly around the halfway line. Forwards and midfielders block passes into central areas, trying to force the opponent to play sideways or backwards instead of directly through the middle. The backline holds a medium height, ready to step up to intercept passes but also able to drop if a ball is played in behind. This setup is popular because it saves energy compared to a constant high press while still giving chances to win.
Yeah, I kind of see they play that like in the first half. It's like everybody's trying to save their energy to the second half. That I kind of see that strategy being played. Like if they don't catch a mistake early in the first half to be able to score and put a team down early, it seems like they play this a lot.
The ball and launch quick attacks from decent positions. Low block. A low block is when a team defends very deep near their own penalty area with almost everyone behind the ball. The backline often sits just outside the box, the midfield drops close in front of them, and the team stays compact and narrow to block shots and passes through the middle. Instead of pressing high, they allow the opponent to have the ball in safer areas and focus on cutting off dangerous passes into the box.
Yeah, but
Low
once
block
everybody
teams
tripping over
usually
each
look
other,
to
it's
clear
lit.
danger and then counter-attack quickly with one or two fast players left up front. Fans often call this parking the bus, but for underdogs or teams protecting a lead, it's a logical way to make the game tight and frustrate more talented opponents. Wing play and crossing. Wing play is a simple but very effective attacking tactic. Use the wide areas to create chances. Wingers and fullbacks stay close to the
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of this strategy. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So as I'm becoming a fan of this sport, and we like the instant gratification of, you would say, NFL or American football, to where any play can be a big play. And we like seeing, when they running down the field with the ball, them they're down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Running down the field with the ball down the middle, and you're seeing, okay, they're about to try to score a goal, they're about to attack. I don't know. I hate, because I understand angles. So I hate when they be like on the side and they had to kick they had to kick the ball and curve it. Yes, that's the beauty of the sport. But I don't know. It seemed like, I don't know. I don't like it when they attack from the outside wing like that. The only person who kind of piqued my interest like that is Lamine Yamal when he comes in, he's on the outside, but only when he's like one-on-one with somebody. But I don't like it.
The touchline, stretching the defense horizontally and forcing center backs to defend the box. The team moves the ball out wide, then either dribbles past the fullback or creates a 2v1 overload to deliver a cross into the penalty area. Different types of crosses hit different targets.
Yeah, I feel like it's a. I don't know. I feel like it's flopping. Like I don't. I feel like this is like a. I feel like that tactic is the way to draw penalties and flopping because they go in and kick them to the side and they try to. It's like a cheat code to try to get a kick out of the corner. That's what it feels like to me. That's the way I was trying to word it.
It's low cutbacks to the edge of the box, driven balls across the 6-yard line, or high crosses for tall strikers. Wing play works best when you have players who can beat their man out wide and a striker who attacks the space aggressively, turning good delivery into simple tap-ins and headers.
That's what I was saying about Lamine Yamal. Like, that's why they be putting him out there.
Gegenpressing, counterpressing is what a team does in the first few seconds after losing the ball. Instead of running back into a defensive shape, the nearest players instantly swarm the opponent who has just gained possession. The idea is that the opponent is disorganized right after they win the ball. Their players are spread out from attacking, so it's actually the best time to win it back. If the counter press succeeds, the team can attack again quickly, often against a defense that isn't set. If it fails, they then drop into their normal block.
Yeah, that makes sense. In theory, of you saying that, oh, he might be discombobulated when he get the ball, but then you put all these people out there. Now you leaving them open for them to strike again. Because what if they get it in between, nutmeg one of y'all or something like that, and then now you're open for an attack.
This tactic demands huge fitness and coordination, but it keeps pressure on the opponent and stops them from launching their own counterattacks. Tiki-taka, or possession football, is all about keeping the ball and patiently waiting for the right moment to attack. Instead of playing...
Okay, I know for a fact, like I said, I'm new, but I know for a fact, this tactic, tiki-taka, whatever, is the reason why Americans do not like the sport. Because they're doing the tactic of just keeping it away until they find some type of error. Like I said about the instant gratification that we get from other sports and NFL and all of that, that tactic is why we don't like it, because everybody's like, well, that's the nature of the game, strategy. They're trying to find an opening and this, that. To us, it looks like just a whole bunch of people doing nothing. Like when they're just kicking the ball and they kick it back. Because that also be pissing us off too, is when you see them kicking the ball backwards. Like, man, y'all was just like right outside their penalty box, and now you just kicked it backwards. That is what that strategy is what pisses us off as Americans, and because we're impatient. That's why. So I know for a fact that got to be the strategy that's many people do not like it. They can't like it. I know they can't like it. I know people can't like it.
Risky long passes, teams use lots of short, safe passes to move the ball from side to side and drag defenders out of position. Midfielders drop deep to receive, fullbacks push high, and players always try to give the man on the ball at least 2 or 3 passing options. The aim isn't just to look pretty, it's to tire the opponent, make them chase, and then break their shape with a quick 1-2 or a sudden run in behind. When it works, Tiki-taka makes the game feel like you're watching a training drill. One team passing calmly, the other team barely touching the ball until the final killer pass appears. High press. A high press is when a team defends as close to the opponent's goal as possible. As soon as the goalkeeper or centre backs receive the ball, the forwards sprint to close them down, while midfielders squeeze up to mark passing options. The goal is to force mistakes, win the ball near the opposition box, and turn those errors into immediate chances. High pressing works best with a fit, organized team that moves together, because if one player is late or out of position, a simple pass can break the press and leave huge space at the back. Done well, it makes the game chaotic for the opponent and turns defense into attack within a couple of seconds. Positional play. Positional play is a tactic where a team focuses less on tricks and more on being in the right spaces all the time. The pitch is basically divided into zones, and players try to make sure each important zone is filled. Someone wide, someone between the lines.
That also feels like the tiki-taka, whatever. It also feels like that to me too. That also feels like that formation.
someone offering depth in behind. Instead of everyone chasing the ball, they keep good spacing so the man on the ball always has at least 2 or 3 safe passes available. The idea is to move the opponent's shape around like a puzzle, pull them to one side, then quickly switch the ball to the free man on the other side or in the gap. Positional play often looks calm and organized, and when it suddenly speeds up near the box, it creates very clean chances because the team has already dragged defenders out.
Yeah, multiple triangle. Yeah, it feels like the tiki-taka thing. It feels like that. Like it feels like the game is slowed down, but I also understand the limits of the human body. So that's one thing I'm working on as becoming a new fan of this sport is the patience. Cause the game is 90 minutes. So it's the patience, and you can't expect everybody to attack 24/7 throughout the whole thing because the body got limits. You're not gonna be sitting there running up 90 minutes straight trying to attack. So I also understand you do have to be patient and wait for your move. I get it.
Of position. Overload and switch. Overload and switch is a very simple team idea. Put lots of players on one side of the pitch, then attack quickly on the other. First, the team deliberately builds up mainly on the left or right, with the fullback, winger, and midfielders coming over to combine. This pulls the opponent's midfield and defense across because they have to follow the ball and match the numbers. Once enough defenders are dragged over, the team plays a fast long pass or two to switch the play to the opposite side, where a winger or fullback is waiting in space. If the timing is right, that far side player often receives the ball almost unmarked, with time to cross, shoot, or drive into the box against a scrambling defense. These are just some of the most common tactics you'll see football.
Okay, so that's all the tactics that but they're showing me. I don't know what other tactics I should know. So what other tactics should I know? What you think is the best and most effective tactic that people are using, and who executes this well? What manager or what team executes like a tactic that they're known for? Let me know in the comments, man. Y'all be easy, man. I'll catch you on the next one.